Greetings, Keishlings. Keishlings here with another One Punch Man Power Up video. Today we're doing Bad, aka Metal Bat, S-Class Rank 15 Hero. With all my Power Up videos, I do equipment, general power up concepts, and super moves. And to kick off equipment, we have the Kanabo upgrade. This can either be a new weapon or a modification to his bat that gives it spikes for extra damage and also a higher intimidation factor, because I could imagine you give that guy a baseball bat with spikes on it, tiger and wolf level threats are going to run away with piss trails. So yeah. But basically this mod gives his bat retractable spikes, which would then make Metal Bat resemble an Oni, which has the signature weapon of the Kanabo, and I thought, it fits his brutal fighting style pretty well. Next is the extendable upgrade. This is another modification inspired by the Kanabo. It allows the bat to extend to a longer size, making it resemble a Kanabo more physically, because they were about 8 feet long. Used by samurai fairly sparingly because, well, they were 8 feet long, but also because they were 15 and over pounds. And, you imagine, you use them to knock people off horses, but, that would get very strenuous over, a good long battle with heavy armor on. But Metal Bat probably wouldn't have an issue. But I thought this would be a good way to give him a good mid-range style of attack. Like say there's a monster that's flying just out of range of his bat, and then they get cocky, and then he extends it, and then just after he's gotten good and pissed off. So yeah. Next is the cannon upgrade. Yet again, another bat modification. This one's inspired by the Hanna-Barbera character Captain Caveman, who, Caveman flies around with a club that is very much Inspector Gadget quality with producing objects and stuff, but let's limit that to a function of a cannon with a little hatch on the end of the bat. Simply, he loads it up with objects that can fit inside, and then he fires them like a cannon. Great mix of range and power, so there you go. Next is the Bat Knuckles. This is a custom set of brass knuckles that are made out of the same unbreakable material as his bat. They're stylized to appear like a miniature bat curved around a pair of brass knuckles. Fits his delinquent theme pretty well, so yeah. Next is the Scatter Orb. This is a baseball looking object that, or weapon I should say. They're all objects, but that a few seconds after he hits it with his bat or throws it, and it makes impact or any impact that it makes, a few seconds after it's thrown or whatever, it breaks apart, and then it releases a barrage of metal ball bearings, which then is a good way to give him longer and wider range of attacks. Next is the Burst Orb. This is yet again another baseball style weapon that a few seconds after its impact, it explodes like a grenade. Again, it's great for long-ranged attacks, but also a utility outside of battle. Should he ever get disarmed, he can still use it to clear debris to save people, get around, or just to destroy stuff further away, so he doesn't have to worry about getting up close. And side note, both the Scatter and Burst Orbs would be worn around his neck, similar to Buddhist prayer beads, the oversized ones that you see in fiction that also Onis wear. So I thought that could be a way, and it'd be magnetically linked. He pulls one out and then they fill in the gap magnetically and cling back together, making the necklace shorter. Next is general power concepts. The first is kendo training. This form of swordsmanship I thought would give him a more rounded approach for his brutal attacks, being making them more focused, and also giving him more of a defensive form, make him have a bit more defense added to him, because he's kind of a glass cannon. And we don't really see him use we don't see him block with his bat, so that would make him a better hero. Also, the fact that the swords that they use by the practitioners of kendo are pretty blunt themselves, being just, blunt bamboo swords. It fits well with his blunt bat, so there. And also, he's only 17 years old, so he's likely still in high school, so he could join up with a local kendo club and learn the basics. Next is rage output control. Basically, his main power is his his spirit, or his fighting spirit, where the angrier he gets, the stronger he gets, very much like the Incredible Hulk. So I was like, but that takes time. What if he could learn to trigger that to build it quicker? He just thinks of a bad thing that really just pisses him off, and then it triggers that, and then he gets really angry really quick, and then that would also allow him to build up maybe higher thresholds or something, and then he could take out monsters a lot easier and quicker. Next is spirit strain training. While we don't know the long-term effects of his fighting spirit, I'm going to propose that it probably doesn't necessarily put his body under strain, but if it does, he could maybe manipulate this in a way to where it becomes like a physical training program for him, and then he just gains more physical stat points at that point, like he becomes stronger, maybe more agile, quicker, all that kind of stuff, quicker reflexes potentially, things like that. And also to go along with the output control, like he could do this to gain higher thresholds, allowing, and even to like prolong the effects of his fighting spirit maybe as well. So quite a few benefits with that one. Next up, we have super moves. The first being Knuckle Knockout. This is using the Bat Knuckles' unique shape, where it has that curved bit over this part of the hand. And then I thought, he does like a double-handed overhead slam onto a monster, probably obliterating them if he's angry enough. Next is Blunt Force Stabbing. This is using the principles of his bat being, blunt, but he acts as like he's stabbing at someone with the tip of it in quick succession and stuff, and then he's like stabbing them but with blunt force. Next is Oni Rage Mode. This is a new form that he acquires through the fighting spirit training that I mentioned earlier, and like he triggers it in its most extreme high levels, where like he thinks of like Zenko like on the brink of dying, or say she hates him or something. That would just piss him off or possibly make him sad. But it allows him to like build up that anger real quickly to the point where it actually reddens his skin. Think Gear 2nd Luffy meets the Red Hulk, and this allows him to like resemble an Oni. But also it gives him massive boosts in his physical power for short durations. So this is like like when he really needs an ace in the hole, and he can just kind of boost himself up to a super high level of power really quick. Next is Oni Rampage. This is basically just a powered up version of the Dragon Thrasher or Dragon Thrashing move that he does against Elder Centipede, but he's utilizing the Oni Rage mode mixed with the Kanabo upgrade. And finally, we have Demonic Cyclone. This is a powered up version of the Savage Tornado, also using the Oni Rage mode and Kanabo upgrade. And that's about all the ideas I have for him today. Let me know what you thought, any ideas you have. Let me know down below. Check out all my other content, see what you like, suggest things for the future. Links down below for all of my social media to stay in the loop for all of my content. I stream on Twitch, where I do gaming and stuff, and I'll tweet it out when I go live. I'm part of the One Punch Man podcast on Grim Reaper's channel. And as always, thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, Quichling, aim for the fences.